Dun Sky. There will more than likely be wipes. First boss, third boss, and last boss are notorious for wiping people. Okay, so there are a few things that this boss normally kills a lot of people for a lot of reasons. Number one, you've got Doom. You're gonna cast Doom on certain people, and if you don't clean the Doom off with an Esuna, you die. Void Death is another thing. This isn't really a killer, but it will drag you to the center twice, and then it will go off. As long as you're not standing in the thing, you are not going to take damage, like that person did, and both my healers. So it's a good thing I've got a heal. He's going to toss out 3 whirlwinds that are going to be stationary on the platform after they come out. AoE, leave like that. Void Arrow, this is going to create a big thing in the center. You want to move away from it, because it deals damage based upon how close you are to the epicenter, and it can knock you off. Doomsday, this is Doom, so when's the Doom? I got doomed and I can't remove it. Okay. The boss will occasionally do that, and it's going to, this is the ice coming out. Ice, you want to run and be right here, and then you want to run and hug the ice, or you're going to get blown off, like most of the raid. Okay, I was main tank for a little bit. Looks like somebody surpassed me. That's okay. The boss will occasionally jump to other sides. Bolt of Darkness comes out. You want to run away from that and try to be middle, because it's going to be a knockback as well. If you run to the side that the boss is on, you will be hit with an AoE that will give you a bleeding dot on you. I am tanking. I am doomed. Void sprites will come out. You want to kill these. These are high priority kills because they will cause problems. I am going to move. I am going to heal. Okay, now that the Void sprites are almost dead, the boss is going to be casting a skill momentarily. It's going to make these things glow. If you're standing on those, you will die. If these things start to glow, get off of them. I got doomed again. I've never seen a tank get doomed every single time it's gone out. Okay, we are going to be getting ice again soon. Void Blizzard, as I said, you want to... It's better to take the damage from being too close to it than to be blown off the edge because of that. Well, it looks like this might actually be a wipe. We got a decent amount of people up, though. Void Arrow, don't drop it on me. I will heal you, Chew. Alright, so Bolt of Darkness. If you can, run away from the direction that the boss is floating in, because he does the beam, which will give you a dot. Running back up, Chew's not going to survive unless I get the heal off on him. You don't want to be standing on those when he casts the ability that makes them blow up. Doomsday's coming out again. And I did not get doomed at this time. That is good. Was that the healer limit break? That was not a healer limit break. We needed a healer limit break there. So, one thing that can occur with this boss is that the entire deck gets covered with these things, and when he activates them, you will take 100,000 damage, basically. Maybe more. Void Death. Run. You can. Pop Sprint to get out of it. I'm actually pleasantly surprised that we survived that. That was some good healers in the other groups. Floppy, but we got through it. And I was able to demonstrate, or rather other players were able to demonstrate what not to do. Okay. Ow. Crash along here. Okay. They look topless, but it's because they've got a very pale skin and pale chest piece. So this stuff, you just want to destroy the crystals ASAP. Because if the crystals finish their call, they summon an enemy. But usually you can burn through all three of them. No problem. The next one where you don't have... if they do summon the creature, then you just pick it up, tank it, or hope that one of the tanks gets it. With these, the Unblinking Eye, you don't want to be facing either of them, because they will do a sight-based ability. See if anybody gets hit. One person got hit, petrifies. So Void Crystal, this one's going to go off. We'll get the Dunsky Paranope, and we will pick up the dragon that will spawn. The dragon will always spawn, but the Parthenopes, Parthenope, I don't know which one it is. Mixing dialects, mixing languages. Alright. Crash is simple. Here you go up the stairs. Cut to the middle. And jump down. Now those that have been watching these videos for a while or going through dungeons will recognize this next boss. Ferdiad Hollow. And someone decided they wanted to face pull. I don't even know if that's another tank or not. Looks like it. But this boss is going to send out the spinning swords. We'll target random people for that. He'll move to the center and he'll do wormhole. Watch what this is. It's an orb, so you don't want to be standing next to the blue one, because the orb is going to get sucked in, going to be spit out by that one, and it's going to explode and deal damage to anybody that's standing near it. He does orbs and he does rings. So he will also do both of them together. So you get one orb and one ring. You'll want to be paying attention to what he summons and where the Atomos are appearing on the map. Wormhole. So this one you want to come and stand next to this because it's a ring that's going out. Ring gets eaten, teleports over here, goes boom. Debilitator. I believe that is... Okay, for this, you want to turn everything to the opposite of what your thing is. So if you've got water up here, you want to turn everything to fire. You'll occasionally get somebody that doesn't understand the concept of opposite of what you are marked as. So you will take more damage if there are instances of fire on the ground when you've got the fire debuff. Ads phase. So 6 ads are going to be summoned, and they will occasionally get sucked in and spit back out by Atomos through this fight. You will also have some that have sight-based, like that guy's. It's going to cause debilitation. Certain ones got eaten. During this, Ferdiad is going to also do a side attack. Just an attack on one side. There's enough time to move away, even if you're the farthest from it that you can be. Once everything is down, you go back and start beating the crap out of the boss again. If you're tanking and you're not main tanking and you're not specifically saying, I want to main tank, okay, we've got this going out, so the ring is going to come over by this guy. So you want to come stand by the purple one, blue one, or you're going to get hit and probably die from everything. So Jester's Reap hits everything in front. Got one healer down in our group, that's okay. But yeah, if you're not the main tank, recommended that you keep your tank stance on, just in case. So, at this point, Black Fire is going to be cast, and it's a growing... targets random players and then starts growing the ground underneath them with an AoE. If you get marked with the single target icon, you want to run away because that's going to drop one of the swords. You're standing in melee, and you summon one of the swords on people. You either don't know what you're doing, you didn't notice it, meaning you need to pay attention, or okay, so we want fire. We want fire. Fire, fire, fire. Okay, good. So that's going to go out. And boss is down. So yeah, if you weren't paying attention, or you're just trying to troll the group, in which case, shame on you. You're not being funny, you're not being clever, you're just ruining the game for other people. Okay, Proto Ultima. Proto Ultima is a mini-boss. Unlike other trash, you actually have to do things in a certain way. He's going to react like Ultima. He's going to lay down the lines of attack in the 3 directions, like Ultima. Aether Chemical Flare. Alright, boss disappears. Run to the edge. Well, I take that back. Stack on this, and then immediately run to the edge. Because there's an epicenter AoE. Try to offset yourself so you don't have to move as much. There's a second one that's going to be 2. You can run away from these and get it, and then you move because it's going to be a line. And then we've got the Dreadnoughts. pick up the dreadnoughts and you destroy them. And then you start burning down Proto Ultima. He's going to summon 4 things? Proto Bits. He's going to summon 4 Proto Bits. Never mind, we got past that. He's going to summon these Ether Collectors. These go down, and then you immediately limit break the boss if you are a DPS. These prevent the boss from being hit. As soon as they're down, you can limit break. It's best to limit break. Because it gets him down faster, and originally the way you were supposed to do it is you had to limit break him with all 3 parties in order to beat the timer there. Second to last boss, no storyline. But an important boss nonetheless. Some people can't wait for people watching the storyline, so Scathach. When she... We've skipped a lot of the stuff because people pulled too early. Okay, I will explain it as I see them. So she's got an ability where her arms grow big like that. You want to be... It's quadrants, so you watch where the direction the hands are pointed, and then you move into the opposite coordinates from those. She has a point-blank AoE knockback. When she charges like that, do not go and attack, because she will do a point-blank AoE immediately after her charge. So pay attention to where her hands are. Her backhands, I should say. Alright, shadows gather on the floor. If you are caught in this, you don't really want to be moving, or you'll take damage. This epicenter AoE is going to summon an ad. The ad needs to be picked up and killed immediately. And tanked away from the boss. If it gets too close to the boss, it will be a wipe. Or rather, if it stays too close to the boss for too long, it will be a wipe. Okay. So she will occasionally summon an area on the ground, which will... Okay, we got the arms coming out again. Gonna be opposite of last time. If you get hit, you will get damage up on you. This is an important mechanic. If you get marked with that, run away from the group and keep running, because it's going to summon these large balls that are going to be dropping consistently. And they knock back. Shade Thrust. Do not be standing in front of the boss when Shade Thrust happens. Alright, with these, if you turn and look at the limbs, they will stop moving. If you look at the hand, they stop moving. Only if you're the one linked. Anybody else can just run up and attack them. Grade-wide damage that needs to be healed through. Boss goes to the middle, we enter the first ads phase. This is different than the summoning of the ad. You just have to burn these down quickly. Which is not a problem these days. And they tend to alternate back and forth. You will get meteor circles, comet circles, whatever you want to call them. Surprised no tanks picked that up. Dragon's Voice. It functions like an actual Chimera. You want to interrupt if you can. Kill it before it gets the skill out. Alright. After the last group, Scathach will do this. Massive AoE. If adds survive past a certain point, they will despawn and she will deal massive damage. So 30 souls is raid-wide damage. 30 arrows is when she summons the ground AoE that has the secondary effect of a sweeping attack from multiple directions after. 30 souls. AoE. Raid-wide damage. So she's low enough that we can do this. 30 arrows again. You don't want to stand there because it will immediately have the AoE after. You've got a stacking mechanic. Stack for the damage if you are not running to stand in one of the circles. And we're getting the second ad. So at this point, I'm just going to pick up the ad so it doesn't run over by her and screw things up. And they're going to burn her down where she dies. And that's the fight. Now, the fact that her body remains here is important for progression. And we are on Diabolos, which is the second to last boss. Last boss and the second to last boss. So, people need to be a little bit more, patient when it comes to pulling the boss. So Diabolos has 2 phases, and if you make it past the first phase, okay, Nightmare, look away, or you will be put to sleep. Ultimate Terror, be point blank to him. It's a ring attack around him, much like his skill in Lost City of Amdapor. Usually good to focus the target in this one. The gates are going to come up. You want to destroy the gates, because those will summon something. Nightmare again, look away. If you get hit with the ring skill, you get Diabolic Curse, means that you will take more damage. Ruinous Omen is a skill that he casts. It's raid-wide damage that cannot be prevented. You can't stop him from casting it. It just goes off, and you just have to heal after it happens. But then you've got to stack soak damage. Ultimate Terror. You want to be point blank or maximum range. Alright, we are entering part 2 of the first fight. So you run back here. He's going to summon a gateway. As soon as the life gate comes up, you want to start beating the crap out of it. Because he is trying to send this thing through the gate. If it makes it to the gate, then it's going to cause a lot of damage. It's actually a wipe if it makes it through. So each time you destroy the life gate, bring it down to 0, you're going to replenish and force the damage back. It's Diabolos, so that's a gravity ball. You're going to have death gates pop up to the sides. You want to destroy these, or ads will spawn. You don't really want the ads in this, and they go down so quickly now, it's not funny. I think we've got 1 or 2 more kills of the life gate before we enter transition phase. Back in the day, this was a DPS race. Yep, there we go. And now we are going to do some damage absorption, I think, or... No, we finished that phase. We are now on to phase 2 of the fight. So Diabolos is going to come down, and he's going to cannibalize his girlfriend. And now he's going to use her skills as well, combined with his, which gives some very interesting combinations. And the fight immediately progresses, as it did in the first phase. But if you die in the fight, you will now be brought back to this point. And the first 30 seconds, you're not going to do any damage to him. Shade Thrust, move out from in front of him. Stop getting hit healers. Shade Thrust again. So as soon as the Blessing of the Void disappears, I think it's a timed ability, then he starts taking damage. Hollow Camisado. I believe that is a tank buster. Alright, so those 2 players, they got marked, they got to move out from the party. This is an interesting one. You've got to stack, but look away from the boss. I got hit by it. Diabolic Gate. If you get sucked in, you've got to DPS this thing. If you're still on the outside, you are going to want to DPS the gates that appear down, and then get back on the boss. Heal myself. You know, instead of taunting, you could have healed me. That would have been a better use of your skills. So you don't want to be looking at the epicenter when that goes off. But you do want to stack on it. Look away from the boss. Or Nightmare. Okay, somebody was paying attention. Doom went out on a couple of people. Okay. See who got marked with that and run away. These orbs, you do not want to hit them. You don't want them to explode either, because they will knock everybody back. They can be moved around, and they will not... I don't believe they explode if they just go through. You don't have to hit them. So just pay attention to where those are. Alright, this is going to be Hollow Omen, which is undodgeable damage, but I am going to Divine Veil and heal myself. Drop that on everybody around me because it gives them a small damage barrier. Boom. Could have been detrimental, but everyone got stuff healed. Alright, we got another stack. Nobody's stacking, so that's gonna hurt. That did hurt. Okay. Earthshaker. Everybody marked with one of those is going to get a line, or rather a cone AoE sent in their direction. So you want to spread out, but hopefully away from the party. Okay. And that is Dun Sky. If you have any questions, ask them below. I will try to have the a text written of each fight in the info. Oh. Hope you found it informative. Thank you for watching. I hope you found it informative. If you want to see more Final Fantasy XIV videos, please like, follow, and subscribe. The usual YouTube stuff. To catch me live, check out my Twitch, link in the description. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.